Hello everyone. I'm getting a bit bored of talking about rebellions and revolutions, so I decided, why not talk about a moderately well-known battle from World War II? Aren't you excited? No? Too bad! I'm talking about it anyway. This is the Battle of Singapore.
Tongues of fire on English flaring, news of foe many declare.
Yo, guess how the Japanese took Singapore? Here's one way. That's just one way.
After 2 months of British and British colonial resistance along the Malayan Peninsula, the Japanese finally began their assault on the 8th of February 1942, and this assault continued until the 15th of February. At the time, Singapore was considered a cornerstone of British trade and military defence along the Southeast Asia-Pacific region, and its defence was vital to stop Japanese forces advancing further. And on top of this, the British had another reason for defending it. They just had loads and loads of troops there. They had about 80,000 soldiers there, while the Japanese attacked with about 36,000 soldiers. So, the Japanese, knowing that they were heavily outnumbered and outgunned by the British, they opted to do nothing really spectacular, and yet somehow the British colonial forces and the British commanders were just decimated with incredible ease. Let's talk about the reason the Japanese army was so successful in taking Singapore. One of the reasons was the use of the bicycle brigade, in which Japanese soldiers literally cycled across the Malayan Peninsula towards Singapore, which of course made it a bit quicker than simply marching. Another reason for Japanese victory was its aircraft. They simply had more of it. And another reason was the fact that they knew Singapore was being poorly defended, at least at Siloso Fort. So, the British commanders, though, that was one of the main reasons the Japanese had major victory, because the British commanders there were not great. They thought that Singapore would be attacked by the sea from the south. So they put all the guns facing south, despite the fact that for 2 months, Japanese soldiers had been going through the Malaysian Peninsula. You'd think at one point some of them would think maybe we should point it north towards Malaysia, but no, just keep pointing south. They're going to attack by sea, we're sure of it. We haven't got any intelligence about it, but we're pretty sure of it. So yeah, the Japanese got to Singapore, and after a few days of fighting, from the 8th to the 15th of February 1942, the British surrendered. And Winston Churchill called it one of the greatest disasters in British military history. Not only was the fort and the city lost, which gave the Japanese ample opportunities to attack the rest of Southeast Asia, including Borneo, they also captured about 80,000 British and British colonial troops. And considering this was an army, the Japanese attacked with an army of about 36,000, capturing 80,000 prisoners was a huge accomplishment for them. Eventually, the Japanese would leave after 1945, but it was still a humongous victory for them at the time. Well, thank you for watching. Please come again sometime. I know this video was a bit shorter, but there wasn't really much to talk about it, unfortunately. If you want me to talk about something else, or if you want me to talk about longer, then please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you.